Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So we did end up with a pin bar as expected, some profit taking basically on Friday going into the close. It was always going to be on the cards. I think the trick at the moment is the closest bit of potential resistance is up here at 38.33. But I do just want to get onto the weekly because there are some very significant levels here. So the first one is right where we are now, and then I have one or two just below us. So looking at that, that is a big inverse cup and handle. We start breaking through the zone that we're in now, it could get quite interesting. The measured move of this, that is 11,400 points. And 11,400 points, another 30% fall in the market, and it closes this gap that's open here. So yeah, that's on the weekly, so don't pay too much attention to it just yet, but it is important to know that you're in an area of strong support, and any break of that is going to get messy. So let's just get down through the time frames and see what we've got. So pin bar here on this level. So obviously price action would dictate a break above that. You should be heading up. And what we need to do is start putting in some micro levels. And there is a first micro level there, which was a flat bottom triangle, which has played out. So that bearish pattern has played out. This break here played out. And we've gone parabolic at the moment. No diversion to speak of. There was diversions in play. You can see there it was there. But until you start breaking above that sort of structure, divergence is just an indicator. So at the moment, that is null and void. We've got a bit of a double bottom on the oscillators at the moment. So moral of the story is still the same. If we start breaking above that area, I would expect a bit of a move back into this 37.50 area. So down to the hour, and you can see a nice big engulfing bar here. So that would be the play. You're looking for a break above that, and then you'd be looking for opportunity to short up here. Definitely not looking for longs here. If you're going to scalp it, there's some scalp setups that look like they may be forming, but for as long as this kind of price action goes on, and I suspect that Europe is going to start off red, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see this drop down here. That's still another 800 odd points. So quite simply put, we are looking for opportunities on the 15 minutes, and you can see where they are. Just going to change that one. There is my first level there, 3,700. So if we get a rejection of 3,700, so I'm looking for an inside bar, pin bar, engulfing bar, definitely an opportunity to be short. Your stop is going to be a big one, 280 points, needs to be above this swing high. But that being said, you'd be looking at 300 points at least to start with. If you start getting through that, then you are looking at something a little bit bigger than that. So let's just say there, you'd be looking at around 1,100 points, 1,095, no, 1,100 points. You probably get away with that. So that is the one scenario. The other scenario is that we get above this, and then your rejection is going to be higher up. It's going to be up in this zone here at 37.50. And that, to me, would be a little bit of a better opportunity because my stop is going to be around 160 points. It just needs to be above the high of the week here. Sorry, not the week, the day. Just above the high of the day for that to continue. But this could also be a bit of a triangle that is forming here. So pay attention to the lower time frames here at the moment. Obviously on the higher time frames you want to be cautious, but lower time frames, as soon as you start seeing structure, the trend is still down, and you start moving, jump in, close stop loss as best as you can, so long as you're close to the structure, and then look for the next level. And as soon as you get the next level, look for the next one. But I think do not try and anticipate anything below 35.90 at the moment. I think that is going to be your floor if we do get below the lower of Friday, which is last week as well. So if we drop below that, that is probably the area that you're going to see us get to before we either go sideways or a bit of a sort of a relief rally, but it'll be shorted again higher up as soon as price gets up there. Okay, so that's kind of my view, and you can see that on the 8 hour, very screaming at you, be cautious, be cautious. There's a trend line that broke here as well to the downside. You see that trend line? And we broke the downside, and often when you get a break of structure, sorry, let me just put the, so there's my structure with like a falling megaphone type formation, but when you get a break of that kind of stuff, typically it doesn't always follow through. 75% of the time it comes back into the structure, and also there's a stronger possibility of it breaking to the upside rather than the 25% probability of it continuing. So that's kind of the thing that you need to look at, and we are at a very strong area of support. I mean, that's weekly support at 36.70. So I really don't anticipate that breaking without a pullback. So I'd want to see a pullback and then a second attempt and then possibly even a third attempt. It's kind of a situation of third time lucky or third time unlucky. And you can see here's an example: 1, 2, 3 attempts at a level and a third time unlucky before it rallies. So often you see that there's 1, 2, call that 3 as well, and then rallied. So again, 1, 2, 3. So anyway, even the top one's 1, 2, 3. So head and shoulders is 1, 2, 3, and here's a situation of 1, 2, 3, unlucky on the top, 1, 2, 3, lucky at the bottom, if you catch what my drift is. So basically, I always expect at least 2, most of the times with the American markets, 3 attempts at a level before it decides what's going to happen. Okay, so that's kind of my view for today. Definitely looking to short, but not down here, looking to short higher up. And if we do have to drop down to a lower time frame during the opening session this afternoon for me, then it'll be the 5, 6, well, between the 5 and the 15-minute charts would be the charts to trade, and you're just going to look for structure on those levels, and you're going to look for rejections on those levels. And what it does is it just tidies up your stop loss. You can see here's quite a bit of an attempt here. You had a big engulfing bar there, you had a pin bar, engulfing bar, and then you've got a big inside bar there, then an engulfing bar here off a level. You see that's the structure. So you've got 125 point stop loss for 300 odd point gain. So that's kind of what I would suggest you look at today. Okay, anyway, that's it for me. Pay attention to your levels and keep those stops really tight. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.